Hello everyone. So today we are going to work on this stylized water material with water forms forming up near these edges of other objects. So this is what we are going to work on today. As you can see here, these forms or ripples kind of sometimes moves away from the surface and sometimes move towards the surface, and there is some sort of a randomization as well. And here also you see the form is not appearing along the surface everywhere all at once. It has some randomization too, and if you want you can make this a spread in some uniform way as well. We will do that step also in here, but in this preview I have made it like not constant, somewhat broken and random. So yeah, let's see how to implement this shader today. So this is the current setup we have. So as you can see, it's just a blue panel for the sea, nothing else. And so what I want to do is, instead of just having some blue, we need to have some ripples around these edges. So around this object and here as well. So to achieve that, so currently it's just some material instance with a color. So let's create a new material, MC, and let's set up a base color, blue, something closer to what we already had. Should be fine. Metallic, let's just say metal. Specular also, something like that. Roughness, I don't really need it to look like this, so let's say 0.9. And let's assign this material. Okay, it looks fine, but maybe it would be better if we have a bit darker blue here so that we can see the white sea foam clearly. Is this enough? Right. Should be fine. Now in order to see something like a foam around these edges, let's do something like this. There is a node called nearest distance to nearest surface, but I think this only works properly on translucent blend mode. So let's have another color. I'll rename this as foam color and I'll make it white. And if I do a layering between these two using distance to nearest surface, so let's add a divider here, because as soon as the distance is larger than 1 we would get 1 here. So let's say something like 100 and connect this. Okay, why do we get black? Let's see how it looks. Yeah, so let's do a clamp in here. Maybe we are getting negative values for some reason. Yeah, that works. Okay, now you see we have this white foam like effect around these objects, and we don't see that here. That should be because these are not exactly static measures, these are this box brush geometry, so should be fine. So I'm not planning to keep them, so just working on the static measures should be enough. Alright, now we have some kind of a form. And another thing, if I have something like this, let's clamp between 0.4 and 1 and connect to the opacity, we would see a bit of some opacity here as well, which looks cool. Of course, not necessary at this stage. Maybe we can have some other, instead of 100 we can have like 20, so we only see a small amount below the water surface. Like this, right? So that's not exactly the point. We need to have the ripples or the forms around this object, like some dynamic forms, not these static forms. So how to make them move? And one important thing is make sure this C-plane is not at 0, because when it is at 0 this flickering happens. So make sure it's not 0. And yeah, so to move this form, let's try something like this. Here let's add break. If I connect time into here, we should see some movement. Do we see anything? Not really. Perhaps if we add some multiplier. And connect. Yeah, now you see it's going, it disappeared, but initially it was there. Let me remove this fog 4. See, it's there. Now if I put this, put the output of this into a sine function, I think we can have some move forward, backward kind of a movement. But before that, let me do this. Let's clamp this here and move this part down here. And to have moving ripples, we need blue and white strips. So I think if we do another layering here between these two using this one, let's add another divider here, 100, and let's put this into a sign so that we can have some value in between 0 and 1. Put this as alpha. See, now it is moving downwards. See, it's moving, but it's moving inwards, and you can control the speed of that by changing this. Let's promote this to a parameter wave speed, and I'll keep 10. Let's say 15. Okay, and this will be wave width. Actually, these are not waves of form width. So if I put 50 here, it should become thinner. Now if you need to revert the direction, instead of plus 15, you can have minus 15, like this. Okay, I just went ahead and replaced those box brushes with cubes, so now you can see these ripples everywhere. Right, now let's see how to get some variations into these ripples, like without showing them everywhere in a constant way, have some noise. If you are okay with this look, you can go ahead with that, it's fine, but let's see how to have some randomization as well. So for that, let's go here, let's get some noise texture. I think this one would work. So let's bring it over here. So to break these lines, we need to again layer white with blue. So let's use this noise to do that now. So we need another layer here. That layers these two together, and with this, let's try one channel. Now you already see some breaking, not really. What if we add a contrast? Check contrast, yeah. And have something like 5. See, now you have something, but it's not exactly visible here. To actually see how it looks, let me directly connect this into the base color. Right, okay, so these are definitely too big, so we need to have like small patches to have a proper randomized look on those waves. So for that also we need movement. Let's add a panner. It moves, okay, and let's add a multiplier 10. Maybe not 10. How about 5? Okay. Let's see how it looks here. Alright. Okay, now we start to see some breaking of patterns for the waves, but still I don't think it looks good, and we can clearly see the movement of the noise texture below. So let's have another layer here. That means duplicate the same thing, and this time let's move it backward and add these two together. These two, no, sorry, these two. Now it looks kind of good. Yeah, but still it's these straight lines. Well, that they are straight because of this cube is straight. So that's, I don't think we can really do anything about that. But still I'm not fully satisfied. What if I make it 10? Too much movement. Let's further reduce the speed. Yeah, now I think it's okay. Let's promote this to parameter scale. So we can change it together and see how it affects. Okay. I think it would be better if we reduce the this width of the ripples. So how about 50? I think that looks better. Maybe not, but 200. Wait, this is where I should change it. No, that looks bad. Okay, Another issue I can see is despite having the noise, still we see a clear straight line. So I think it would be better, instead of moving everything together, if we have some mechanism to have some wavy-like behavior along these lines. But how can we do something like this? So to clearly see that, let me ignore this noise pattern for now. And also I think since everything is kind of low poly, this straight line works better without, it's more suitable for our style here. So yeah, to have some variation, I think if we take into account the world location of each pixel, we can break this time-based sign value. What I meant by that is, first, if I put this into a sign again, and we need to have a multiplier there, because sign output is always -1 to +1. See? Now it's too fast, but if I make it like 0.1, now you see it's contracting and expanding. Okay, now if I add, let's get absolute, let's get the world position, absolute world position, and I'll mask component mask RNG. Let's divide this by, let's say, 1000, and add to this time. We should have a different value here in each pixel. So see, we already see some change. That should break the straight line. But does it? Let's, instead of 1000, let's try 100. Oh no, this is interesting. Not exactly what I was expecting, but this kind of interesting, see? So if I further change it, let's try 20. Well, that's become something else. Okay, somewhat okay. Now let's enable our form also, the noise also, and perhaps let's go with 5 or 10. I think that's better, because we don't see the form everywhere, only at some places, so which is good. maybe now we should increase the speed. So yeah, this is something good. Okay, so I adjusted this to 0.005 both, and this one to 0.05. Now this is the final result, and I think I'm going to stop this episode right here. That should be enough for today. So thanks for watching. As always, project files will be available for the download in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club. See you in another episode. Goodbye.